Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is a T26E5. It's a Tier 8 American Premium Heavy. It's located on the south spawn of Abbey, and it's under the command of Tactically Moving Downwards of the 335th clan. Well, this is not a Patriot. It looks like a Patriot in many ways, but it's not a Patriot. No, the Patriot has a different colour screen. I have one of these T26E5s myself, but it's in a much more dull coloration because I'm trying to fool the enemy into thinking that they're coming up against a Patriot when they're not. Oh, we got a BZ up our rear. Oh, and we've been rammed, but we're actually getting a speed assist here to keep moving. Well, the gun on the T26E5 is actually a 90mm, capable of 240 alpha, 213mm pen, and a reasonably high shell velocity, 1021 meters per second. So it's a fast firer. It's got a brilliant turret, which is very, very strong in a hull down position. The hull's not so great, but the fire rate is very good as well. Standard reload is 6.9 seconds, which is better than some of the other 90mm like the Hellcat, which have got about an 8-second reload. Oh, he's found someone. We found someone, and in fact, the Object 430 ahead of us suddenly did a reverse, and I think he's worried that we're blocking him. In fact, I think he's very annoyed that we're blocking him. We're not trying to block him. It's purely the fact that he happened to reverse right in front of us. If anything, he was blocking us. Okay, we're in a nice hull down position at the moment with that Carnarvon, or rather he's pulled back, and now we've got enemy where we can hit them, and we're hull down to them as well. Now, what is the T26E5? Well, it's basically an M26 Pershing tank, but it's got enhanced armor. So it's much better armored than the standard T26 or M26. It was actually after they had the experience with the Sherman Jumbo that they tried to manufacture a medium tank or stroke heavy tank that was capable of taking on the enemy in an assault mode. And our BZ's decided to go all in on the enemy, and he's now rocketing himself towards the enemy. He's taking huge amounts of damage. Now, he's not going to last very much longer in this game, but if we're going to make his sacrifice work, we're going to have to get in there with the enemy and do some damage. Well, that Carnarvon's gone down, and the IS-3 is now taking damage. We're going for the lower plate, but that was too heavily angled for us to get a pen. Okay, we've got a Kampfpanzer 3 there. Can we get a round in? Go for it. When we've got a friend moving backwards and forwards in front of us, it makes it very difficult to get shots on target. But we are doing it. He's getting those shots in. He's managing to miss the hull, even though our teammate is making well, he's making what we call a dog's bollocks of it all. That's an English term for saying he's making a complete muck up of it. Normally when you say dog's bollocks, it would mean the best thing, but because they stand out. But in this case, he's really mucking it up and getting in our way, and now we can really do some damage to the enemy. That fast reload, that 90mm round, even with the enemy having 122mm barrels, he's not going to beat 90mm rounds that keep pumping out every 6 seconds, and it's going to tell on him in the end. That guy was in full reload, and we're now pumping rounds in, and it's not just the IS-3 that's getting shot, it's the 4502A. He's taking rounds as well. And this is where the T26E5 comes into its own. Fast fire and a turret that cannot be easily penetrated. Now, we had to back off there because we're right up against the wall, and it's causing a problem for our gun depression. Yeah, we do have gun depression, 10 degrees of it. Took a round in the tracks there. Trying to go for our lower plate, instead he got the tracks. The 4502's gone down. Our 430 goes in and he gets the 705, but once you've committed, you are committed. So we take one round from the IS-3 too, And there's 430 picks up the kill there from us. That's a bit of a kill steal. Just narrowly got the Skoda T27. Now remember, he's a 3-shot autoloader. And there's a Gorilla 15 in there, but no, he's died as well. With 3 tanks up on the enemy, we are about to occupy the cap area, but we really need to get that Skoda T27 out of commission, because otherwise he could keep resetting our cap all the time. Now, they haven't gone into the cap yet, because that will warn the enemy that we're on their cap area. They must know it. In fact, we found a Ferdinand, and he's not looking at us at the moment, but he could. And from this position, we can use the rock to our advantage. Pump another one in. Now, I don't know if that made connection. I don't think it did. Pretty sure it didn't. There's the Ferdinand. Did get it through the frontal armor on the top, but we took a big hit there, 524. And we're going to cut across this gap quickly so we don't become the target for the Ferdinand anymore. Because once we're outside his arc, he can't shoot at us. Okay, the Skoda is dead. He did die. We didn't see that actually happen. But what's happened now is there's only 4 enemies left. One of those, the IS-7, is trapped down the bottom, but we've got a couple of guys over here, just behind the building. Now, can we get shots on them without... We're side scraping. Can get shots, but that guy's hiding. He pulled back. This is really difficult from this position. The VK7201 is keeping that IS-7 pin, and in fact he's killed him. In fact, it was the strip behind the VK that got the kill. So now we really do need to try and get shots on that Jagdtiger. The Jaeger and the Ferdinand have gone up the other end. Oh, he bounced around off the side of us. Cheeky little... Didn't take the shot. Okay, I think he's going to have to drive the long way round if he wants to get close to that Jagdtiger. He's keeping the guy interested. Now, where is he? Not getting anything at the moment. The Jagdtiger's now engaging our VK. And the VK... Oh, now this is interesting. We got the side. He's actually pushing the Jagdtiger towards us. We shoot into his rear. Yep, we're getting rear shots on him. Only just, though. Oh, that's a kill. He took him out 1 round through the rear, just on the edge of the rear. But it went through the rear armor. And he's out the game. So now there's only 1 enemy left. It's the Jagdtiger. Now, the only way to get to him would be to go the whole long way round. We don't really want to go up that slope. The ISU 152K's there, and he's got the BL-10 gun with 750 Alpha. Is he going to go up the slope? No need. Game over. But that was a good battle. I think you can see why that was a really good battle for Tactically Moving Downwards and the T26E5. That was the first ace tanker for him in this tank. Congratulations. Yes, when you get the scrolls underneath the M, that is the first time, because you only get them once. He also got a sharpshooter badge for getting 10 or more consecutive shots on the enemy, as well as a shell proof for blocking more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle, and a fire effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle. His win rate from the game was 8,251, which is Super Unicum standard and quite a bit more. Let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see the highest damage in this game actually went to the Jaeger with 6,618 hit points of damage. Yes, he picked up the high caliber. He got 20%. Second highest damage went to the VK7201 OK on our team. He managed to get 6,515 hit points, and he got a Spartan and Confederate. And the third highest damage, well, that went to the Object 430U. The guy who was being a bit of a pain in the, yes, proverbial most of the time. He got a steel wall and 4,873 hit points of damage. And we, of course, got 3,975 in 4th place. So when it came to kills, we can see the high scorer was the 430U. He did get a couple of kill steals in there after we nailed a tank and brought it down to at least one shot from being wiped out. 4 kills to him. 3 kills go to Tactically Moving Downwards in the T26E5 and also to the ISU 152K with the big BL10 cannon. And he picked up a Halonen's medal in that game. And when it came to the third place, that would actually go to the Striv 1030 on our team with 2 kills and the Jaegeru on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, it's Tactically Moving Downwards got that one. 1,502 to him. He was tier 8 in a tier 10 game, so he was getting extra XP on every tank he was hitting. 1,225 experience points went to the Object 430U. He was tier 10. And the VK7201K, he got 1,152 base experience points out of that game, with the ISU 152K getting 1,033, and all 4 of those players managed to get more than 1,000 base experience points in the game. When it came to detail, 30 shots fired. That's a lot, but yes, he was really working that one as hard as he could. You get 70 rounds in the T26E5, so that was plenty. He didn't even get through half his ammo. But remember, they are 90mm rounds, and most of the tanks he's firing at either got a 122mm cannon, or they might have a 128mm, or even worse. There's one guy in that game in a gorilla with a 15cm. So yeah, sometimes he's up against much higher capacity opponents. 25 direct hits on the enemy, 18 penetrations, 3,975 hit points of damage, of which 255 are at more than 300 meters. So you can see most of the damage done at close range, slugging it out with the enemy. He received 10 hits, but only 3 of those penetrated, 7 non-penetrations, 1,880 hit points of damage blocked by armor, 1 enemy vehicle spotted, 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 killed, and he managed to get 97,767 credits profit. He also picked up 25 bonds out of that game, and also 2,478 experience points out of it as well. So exceptionally good game in the T26E5, although it looks very colourful with that colour scheme that he's picked. Yes, I actually prefer the dull one because it just makes them think that it's an ordinary tank when it's actually an extraordinary tank in what it can do. Get this thing hull down, and the enemy will certainly pay for it because they're just not going to find easy ways of getting the shells through your armor, so long as you don't let it hit the cupola in any way. But it is a very strong tank, mostly down to the fire rate, because that 90mm gun pumping out a round every 6 seconds to damage the enemy. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.